Hey everybody, welcome back to Chitalayam. Today we're going to be talking about how toxic positivity has taken over the internet, all the places it is, what is it doing in social media, what's our experience with it. So, Akshay, do you have anything to share on this?
Yes, definitely. Toxic positivity. The first thing that came to my mind, when I included internet into it, was a lot of the positive Instagram posts that you would see about, like, you know what, you should look at the greener side because that greener side lives within you, and like all those Instagram posts that you would see about like positivity, which has like no context, just tells you to be positive. And yeah, of course, like, you do want to send love to the world, and there's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it takes away the fact that like a human being, they experience both positive emotions and negative emotions. And the thing is, like with the internet, with the social media and everything, people usually tend to share their positive things, like, hey, I went on this trip. And the thing is, and I think this example has been used before. I don't remember which video, but they took an amazing picture where like with top quality, even let's say as somebody took it with a DSLR camera, everything was set, and there was like a perfect sunset lighting, and then your face is is very clear, crystal clear. But and you were hiking there to take the photo. Everything was perfect, and you see the photo, and then they've written a long write up about it. But what you might have not seen is like all the mosquito bites that came with it, and how like they probably didn't have lunch that day, and they were feeling really hungry, and they had like an argument 30 minutes ago that they didn't want to talk for the next 20 15 minutes, and then they suddenly saw it, and I was like, okay, fine, yeah, let's take a photo, yeah, at least, and all that side of the story is doesn't show up in the internet, and because of that, it's it's not a really toxic positivity. It's just it's more of a like a pseudo positivity, and there's no word for it. That's why we're using toxic positivity to it as well. It's more of an umbrella term here, because you're essentially saying only the positivity in that exists. Or somebody could be telling me, hey, I can show you a post where we talk about a trip, and we talk about all the arguments we had and everything. But how often do you see that happen? Check out your friends like latest post. Of course, like, they do share jokes, they do share like sports updates, news updates and everything. But when they talk about themselves, usually they do, on their internet, they do keep it simple. And I think that has where toxic positivity has really taken over the internet, because with the social media, like how much it's gone big, how it's like the thing, almost everybody has a Facebook account now, a Snapchat account, a Twitter account, and there's also a lot of toxicity there too. So yeah, Ilakkiya.
Yeah, you bring up a really good point, especially about how we only pick and choose what we end up putting on social media. It is just the positives that we highlight there. And the example you shared of, the arguments that might happen before and after a beautiful picture that's posted on Instagram or Facebook, I've had that experience. There are things that I post where there were other negative experiences surrounding it, but you only see the positive, right? And what happens is when you're constantly only seeing the positive on social media, the highlights, the best moments of everyone's life, it creates this illusion that they are thinking happy all the time. They are acting happy all the time. They are a positive person. They are having a good life because they just exude happiness and goodness and joy and all these positive emotions, which is such an easy trap to fall into. And saying it out loud, I know that I have that perception about some people only based on what I see on their Instagram, which is kind of where toxic positivity comes in, because now I look at that and I think, well, I'm not positive all the time like they are. I get to see the highs and lows of my life, and therefore all my lows are something I put against myself and say, you're not good, you're not as happy as they are, you're not as successful as they are. But I'm only going off their Instagram highlight reel, it's only the highest moments of their life. So it is really hard in that case, and then it might create you to create a toxic positivity mindset of suppress the negative feelings. But it can go both ways too. I know that a lot of people tend to avoid social media because it drains them in a way to see such positive things happening in other people's lives, and then they don't see it in their own in a way. But it's more like they get to see the goods and the bads, but when you're also seeing the bads in just your life, but not the bads of other people's lives, you feel like you're doing so much worse than them. And then that drains people and makes them feel bad. So they get off social media as well. So it's gone a lot of ways. And I think there's a lot of good, like influencers, for example, will always be a good example of toxic positivity in a way, because there's a few influencers who are really real about their struggles, mental health struggles, and what they're going through. But sometimes what they're posting about is just, be kind, stay happy, good vibes. Think about the positive, be kind to others. And those kind of messages in a vacuum are just constantly spitting out positive messages, but aren't really realistic to how life tends to go. And you can't be kind if you've just been kicked down. It's hard. So that helps create a toxic positive culture in a way. That's what I think.
I definitely agree. And talking about being kicked down, we were all really kicked down in the past 2 years with the pandemic situation. And like, maybe we should actually do like a separate question on this, because the way a pandemic has affected us is like a really big thing. So you know what? We'll see you tomorrow.
Yep. See you then.
Oh, you're still here? Well, thanks for getting to the end of the video. Hey, while you're still here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get new updates when we post videos. Also, make sure to check out these equally exciting videos as well. Have you pressed it yet? Come on, you have 5 seconds left. 3, 2, press it now!